Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is section 5.7 of Mrs. Quinn's Geometry, and today we're going to talk about how many degrees are in certain shapes, triangles, quadrilaterals, and then any entagon. So first let's start off with the triangle sum theorem. The sum of the measures of an angles of the triangle is 180 degrees. That means if I call this angle right here, angle X, I know that 57 plus 68 plus x must equal 180 degrees. Now that will allow me to solve for angle x. So first let's go ahead and add 57 and 68 together. If I add 57 and 68, it looks to me like I'm going to get 125. Double check that on your own. And now to solve for x, I can subtract 125 on both sides. I believe I get 55. That's how many degrees angle x should be. Then what if I have a triangle that looks like this, where I have a variable in more than one position? I'm still going to set it up in the same way. I have x plus 8x minus 7. Oops. Plus 43 degrees should equal 180 degrees. Now on the left-hand side, I'm going to go ahead and combine like terms. Negative 7 plus 43 and x plus 8x. X plus 8x is 9x, and 43 minus 7 gives me 36. Now I'm going to go ahead and subtract 36 on both sides. And what is 180 minus 36? Hopefully you'll agree with me that it's 144. And my last step is to divide by 9 and solve for x. And I get x equal to 16. Now that I've solved for x, now I can find each of these angle measures. This one I already know. This one will be 16 degrees. And this one is going to be 8 times 16 minus 7. So go ahead and on your calculators do 8 times 16. And subtract 7, and it looks to me like we get 121 degrees here. So now I know all three angles. You can double check yourself by making sure that they add to 180 degrees. All right, we are going to do the proof of the triangle sum theorem near the beginning of class tomorrow. Just to prepare for that, I suggest you go ahead and read the proof on page 282 before class so that you're ready for it. All right, now we're going to talk about the alternate interior angle theorem. If you have a transversal where these two lines are parallel, this would be my transversal line, then I know that the alternate interior angles are equal. I have circled the equal pairs in red and in purple. We also have the alternate exterior angle theorem, where we know if two lines are parallel and are cut by a transversal, then the pair of alternate exterior angles are also equal. So now we have the quadrilateral sum theorem. The sum of the measures of any angles in a convex quadrilateral is 360 degrees. So that means if I add up 1, 2, 3, 4 angles, those sums should equal 360 degrees. So I would say the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3 plus the measure of angle 4 equals 360 degrees. All right, now let's move over here. Now let's say I don't know the value of x, and I ask you to find both x and the measure of each angle. You're going to start off by just adding up the measures. 5x plus 3x plus 2x plus 8x should equal 360 degrees. On this left-hand side here, I can combine like terms, and 5 plus 3 is 8 plus 2 is 10 plus 8 is 18x. And now I'm going to divide both sides by 18. And 360 divided by 18 is 20 degrees. So that means I can find each of these angles by plugging in 20 into the respective formula. 2 times 20 is going to give me 40 degrees. 5 times 20 is going to give me 100 degrees. 3 times 20 is going to give me 60 degrees. And 8 times 20 is going to give me 160 degrees. And I can double check my solutions by adding them and making sure they equal 360, and indeed they do. All right, now we have the polygon sum theorem. This is true for any n-agon where you don't know the number of sides. If you take the number of sides, subtract 2, and multiply by 180, that's how many degrees are in the entire shape. So let's try this. Let's count the number of side lengths we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this would be a hexagon. So I'm looking for how many degrees are in a hexagon. And this will work again with any sided shape. So I have 6 sides. So I will plug 6 into my formula. I will have 6 minus 2 times 180. 6 minus 2 is 4 times 180. Go ahead and do that for me. Looks to me like we get 720 degrees. Would you agree with that? Good. All right, I have 2 things for you for tomorrow. Hopefully you're going to read that proof just so that you're prepped, and when you come to class and we do that proof, it'll click a lot better for you. But I'd like you to try to do this little short proof here and find the measure of each angle. So you're going to do questions 1 and 2 as your video questions for tomorrow. Now, if you'd like the opportunity for an extra credit question, if you try both of these and do this, I'll give you a point of extra credit for tomorrow. I'd like you to find the value of x by noting how many side lengths you have, finding the number of degrees of the angles, and go ahead and solve for x. And I will see you tomorrow.